હું ભૂપેન્દ્ર રજનીકાંત પટેલ
ઈશ્વર નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે
ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે
કાયદાથી સ્થાપિત ભારતના સંવિધાન પ્રત્યે
કાયદાથી સ્થાપિત ભારતના સંવિધાન પ્રત્યે હું
સાચી શ્રદ્ધા અને નિષ્ઠા ધરાવીશ.
સાચી શ્રદ્ધા અને નિષ્ઠા ધરાવીશ. હું
ભારતના સાર્વભૌમત્વનું અને
ભારતના સાર્વભૌમત્વનું અને
અખંડતાનું સમર્થન કરીશ.
અખંડતાનું સમર્થન કરીશ. અને હું
ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યો શ્રદ્ધાપૂર્વક અને અંતઃકરણપૂર્વક બજાવીશ. અને ભય કે પક્ષપાત રાગ કે દ્વેષ વિના તમામ લોકો સાથે સંવિધાન અને કાયદા અનુસાર ન્યાયપૂર્વક વર્તીશ. હું
ભૂપેન્દ્ર રજનીકાંત પટેલ
ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકે જે કોઈ બાબત મારી વિચારણા માટે લાવવામાં આવશે અથવા મારા જાણવામાં આવશે તેની જાણ એવા મુખ્યમંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યોના યોગ્ય પાલન માટે આવશ્યક હોય તે સિવાય પ્રત્યક્ષ કે પરોક્ષ રીતે કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ અથવા વ્યક્તિઓને કરીશ નહીં અથવા તેની કે તેમની આગળ તેને પ્રગટ કરીશ નહીં. ધન્યવાદ.
માનનીય રાજ્યપાલ શ્રી, ગુજરાતના પદનામિત મંત્રીશ્રીઓ ઉપસ્થિત છે. એમને સોગંદવિધિ માટે આપની સમક્ષ રજૂ કરવાની અનુમતિ આપો તેવી વિનંતી છે. શ્રી કનુભાઈ મોહનલાલ દેસાઈ, શ્રી ऋषिकेश गणेशभाई पटेल, श्री पटेल राघवजी भाई हंसराज भाई, श्री बलवंत सिंह चंदन सिंह राजपूत,
કનુભાઈ મોહનલાલ દેસાઈ,
ઋષિકેશ ગણેશભાઈ પટેલ,
શ્રી ચંદન સિંહ રાજપૂત,
ઈશ્વરના નામે
ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે કાયદાથી સ્થાપિત ભારતના સંવિધાન પ્રત્યે હું સાચી શ્રદ્ધા અને નિષ્ઠા ધરાવીશ. હું ભારતના સાર્વભૌમત્વનું અને અખંડિતતાનું સમર્થન કરીશ અને હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મંત્રી તરીકે મારા કર્તવ્યો શ્રદ્ધાપૂર્વક અને અંતઃકરણપૂર્વક બજાવીશ અને ભય કે પક્ષપાત રાગ દ્વેષ વિના તમામ લોકો સાથે સંવિધાન અને કાયદા અનુસાર ન્યાયપૂર્વક વર્તીશ. હું
કનુભાઈ મોહનલાલ દેસાઈ,
ઋષિકેશ ગણેશભાઈ પટેલ,
રાઘવજીભાઈ હંસરાજભાઈ,
બલવંતસિંહ ચંદનસિંહ રાજપૂત ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મંત્રી તરીકે જે કોઈ બાબત મારી વિચારણા માટે લાવવામાં આવશે અથવા મારા જણાવવામાં આવશે તેની જાણ એવા મંત્રી તરીકે મારા કર્તવ્યોના યોગ્ય પાલન માટે આવશ્યક હોય તે સિવાય પ્રત્યક્ષ કે પરોક્ષ રીતે કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ અથવા વ્યક્તિઓની કરીશ નહીં અથવા તેની કે તેમની આગળ તેને પ્રગટ કરીશ નહીં. ધન્યવાદ. સહી કરવા.
સહી ક્યાં કરવાની? श्री कुंवरजी मोहनभाई बावड़िया, श्री आयर मुलुभाई हरदासभाई बेरा, डॉक्टर कुबेरभाई मनसुखभाई डिंडोर, श्रीमती भानुबेन मनोहरभाई बावड़िया।
હું કુંવરજીભાઈ મોહનભાઈ બાવળિયા,
આયર ગુરુભાઈ હરદાસભાઈ બેરા,
હું ડોક્ટર કુબેરભાઈ મનસુખભાઈ ડિંડોર,
હું શ્રીમતી ભાનુબેન મનોહરભાઈ બાબરિયા
ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે કાયદાથી સ્થાપિત ભારતના સંવિધાન પ્રત્યે સાચી શ્રદ્ધા અને નિષ્ઠા ધરાવીશ. હું ભારતના સાર્વભૌમત્વનું અને અખંડિતતાનું સમર્થન કરીશ અને હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યો શ્રદ્ધાપૂર્વક અને
અંતઃકરણપૂર્વક
બજાવીશ અને ભય કે પક્ષપાત, રાગ કે દ્વેષ વિના તમામ લોકો સાથે સંવિધાન અને કાયદા ન્યાયપૂર્વક વર્તીશ.
વર્તીશ.
હું કુંવરજીભાઈ મોહનભાઈ બાવળિયા
આયર ભોળુભાઈ હરદાસભાઈ બેરા,
હું ડોક્ટર કુબેરભાઈ મનસુખભાઈ ડિંડોર
હું શ્રીમતી ભાનુબેન મનોહરભાઈ બાબરિયા
ઈશ્વરના નામે સોગંદ લઉં છું કે હું ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મંત્રી તરીકે જે કોઈ બાબત મારી વિચારણા માટે લાવવામાં આવશે અથવા મારા જાણવામાં આવશે તેની જાણ
સેવા
એવા મંત્રી તરીકેના મારા કર્તવ્યોના
યોગ્ય
પાલન માટે આવશ્યક હોય તે સિવાય પ્રત્યક્ષ કે પરોક્ષ રીતે કોઈ પણ વ્યક્તિ અથવા વ્યક્તિઓને કરીશ નહીં અથવા તેને કે તેની આગળ પ્રગટ કરીશ નહીં.
ધન્યવાદ.
માનનીય રાજ્યપાલ શ્રી, ગુજરાતના પદનામિત રાજ્ય કક્ષાના મંત્રીશ્રીઓ, સ્વતંત્ર હવાલો ઉપસ્થિત છે. એમને સોગંદવિધિ માટે આપની સમક્ષ રજૂ કરવાની અનુમતિ.
That swearing-in ceremony is underway even as we speak. Several ministers are also taking oaths there. Right after Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel took oath as the Chief Minister of Gujarat for the second time around. Deshatha Nigam political analyst Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, continue to be with us. That swearing-in ceremony is still underway, and the cabinet ministers that are taking oath as we speak are the names that we brought to you here on CNN News 18 a couple of hours ago. It was the list that we had accessed for you here, and it goes on to show the kind of representation that the BJP has given as far as this particular cabinet is concerned. And Charu Pragya, as far as Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas mantra is concerned of the BJP, many would say that this cabinet is an embodiment of that particular mantra.
As we have made efforts to make sure every single cabinet is. And I think one of the main reasons for BJP to continue to win with this kind of a majority after being in governance for so long is the fact that we make sure every part of society understands that we are with them. Here is a party which is going to stand with you through every thick and thin, will ensure the entire community gets the representation they deserve. And this cabinet is an embodiment and an extension of the same philosophy.
And Deshatha Nigam, as far as representation to all particular communities, all genders is concerned, we also have seen how the fact that the women power, women candidates as far as this election goes, there were 15 who emerged victorious out of the 182 assembly this time. 15 or 16 if I'm not mistaken, and 14 are from the BJP. That also perhaps goes on to show that the BJP is doing something right as far as women's representation is concerned.
Yes, absolutely. Women's empowerment is one of the, hallmark of the BJP, and they have been doing it. Look at the most of the schemes that they have, the women are in the forefront. Whether it is Jan Dhan Yojana or Ayushman Bharat, they are getting the benefits, or the pregnant women, or take any, even in Manrega also, women are in forefront. So we all, it has to be, if a woman is empowered, the family gets empowered. And when the family gets empowered, the society stabilizes. And when the society stabilizes, the nation stabilizes. This is how the entire sequence moves. Yes, there are the important principle of cabinet formation is to give representation to all the regions and all sections of the society. But then there are limitations, because constitutionally you cannot have more than 10% of the seats that are there, total seats in the assembly. The number of ministers are only to be 10%. Yet that limitation is always there, because otherwise we have seen in the past, prior to this 10% rule which was there, huge cabinets sometimes, and the entire MLAs were absorbed as a cabinet ministers or the state ministers within the state. So those limitations will always remain. However, this present cabinet which has been formed has been a lot of thought has gone into to give the tribal representations, to Patidar representation, Patels and everybody, and the region wise also. And I hope they will continue to do the good work. My best wishes to them. And Gujarat is leading by example. Even in Himachal Pradesh, please remember, after the BJP narrowly missed it, however, the Prime Minister says we will not leave any effort. In fact, more than 100% effort will be done to ensure that Himachal continues to progress. So whether BJP is in power or not, the central government has been very considerate, whether it is West Bengal, Kerala, all those, Rajasthan. In fact, some of these states are not implementing central government schemes, which they should. Even if they have a parallel scheme out there, let double benefits go to the citizens of that particular state. And therefore, it is very, very important as of now that everybody has to work towards, betterment of the citizens, whether you're in power or not. Take the help as much as the center is giving, whether it is Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar, Kerala. And let's march together, and let's not bring narrow politics into the system, that we will not take benefits of the central schemes, because ultimately it is for citizens' benefit.
Right. So as far as schemes are concerned, yes, we've seen the kind of schemes that have come to the fore from the BJP as far as Gujarat is also concerned. But Charu Pragya, the criticism always has been, or at least in the recent past, about picking chief ministers like Bhupendra Patel, who, like we've been discussing, though has a fairly good record as far as an administrative and the civic body is concerned. In terms of an MLA or in terms of being a chief minister or a cabinet minister, he has very little experience. So the fact that such chief ministers are chosen by the BJP is so that the centre can have a hold and they can remote control these states. That's been the criticism the opposition has been making.
The opposition, unfortunately, has nothing else to do except to make criticism which doesn't even make sense. Experience will only come when an opportunity is given. An opportunity is given to those who have the caliber of making whichever office they've been entrusted with work perfectly fine. And that's exactly what BJP does. There is identification of hard work, identification of talent, and deserving people are given due recognition. I think the opposition can only say all these things because unke angur khatte hain, which is not the case with Bharatiya Janata Party. And every single person who's been given the platform to lead on behalf of the party has proved their mettle and proved it time and time again. I'm very, very proud of the way Bharatiya Janata Party gives an opportunity to new people.
Right, and Deshad Nigam, that's something that, the BJP has been speaking of in the recent past in states that have, that the BJP has won elections in, including in Uttarakhand. We have Pushkar Dhami's example as well, where he didn't win his own seat, but he won the state under the leadership of the Prime Minister and himself, and which is why he was brought back as the Chief Minister. So performance overall is something that the BJP seems to be rewarding.
Yes, obviously somebody has to perform. If somebody performs, he has to be rewarded. Otherwise, it demotivates the people who are actually hardworking. And here also in Gujarat, whether it was Mr. Patel or in Uttarakhand or Mr. Yogi in UP, or for that matter, Shivraj Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh, everybody who has been performing has been rewarded, and they must do it. And this is the trend that has to continue. Unlike, various other political parties where, lineage matters, or otherwise you are part of a particular dynasty, or you become a president of a party because you belong to a particular family. Hence, BJP has a different system where anybody can become on the basis of the performance and the hard work that one does. And anybody can become the president of BJP, anybody can become the prime minister of India from BJP, anybody can become CM. And therefore, all these things is absolutely matters, and it strengthens the democracy. And it prevents dynastic rule, it prevents nepotism, it prevents corruption. So all these things do matter, and obviously such kind of rewards have to be given. But believe me, when if you talk to a BJP Karyakarta, they talk in terms of responsibilities and duties, not in terms of rewards. They continue to work without expectation of rewards, and ultimately their hard work and sincerity does, is recognized by the, the leadership of the particular party. And therefore, one can expect that people with sincere intentions would like to govern, come into governance, and has to be rewarded in due course of time.
Absolutely. So that governance model is something that the BJP has been banking on. And Charu Pragya, like we've been discussing over the last couple of hours, even as this new cabinet takes shape, even as Bhupendra Patel begins his second innings as the chief minister, it is the administrator in Mr. Patel that is often spoken of, a low-key politician, so to say, but an administrator who's been beyond excellence, and that really is a track record that he comes with. He's been a silent troubleshooter in Gujarat, is what many would say.
Yes, and you're so right about that, because it's not that his term was completely free of challenges, and he has risen to meet every single challenge beautifully. He's taken over the state in the middle of the term, and he's ensured that the entire machinery of not just the government but also of the party supports him in every single endeavor he has taken on since he's become chief minister. I'm very certain the next 5 years are going to see tremendous development, wonderful work with CM Patel Sahab leading the way.
Right, do stay on with me. My colleague and political editor Maria Shakil also joins us on this broadcast. And Maria, you got it right once again. We had the list of the ministers that would be taking oath before it actually happened, and that list is those ministers are taking oath as we speak there.
Yes, and in all 18 ministers, along with the chief minister, and the big highlights is, of course, Poonam, as we said, that the caste representation, the region representation has been carefully worked out, because when a party gets a mandate of 156, it has to ensure that just about every region of Gujarat is represented. So from Saurashtra, Patels from that region, to the tribals in the Dang and the tribal belt of Gujarat, to the OBCs in north part of Gujarat, every region of Gujarat has been properly represented in this cabinet, which has been sewn in. There is also representation of the women, because women in particular, Pune, have voted overwhelmingly for brand Narendra Modi. I was covering that entire election on ground, and you could sense that sense of excitement and also that sense of faith that women had in brand Narendra Modi, because, you know, women in Anand and the cooperative belt of Gujarat overwhelmingly voting for the BJP was an indication of the sense of empowerment, the financial comfort that they have developed in the last so many years, a model of governance of 12 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the Chief Minister and 8 years as the Prime Minister. So when the BJP and the Prime Minister himself said that this is about double engine, it was working on ground, and with Home Minister Amit Shah as the cooperative minister, a portfolio which was created only in 2019, the BJP understood clearly that cooperative sector as a mobilizer of economy and an engine of economic development of India can work out. And women in particular, Poonam, in these belts are those who run these dairy farms. So that message of representation of women becomes important, even as we look at the ST representation, the representation from the SC, from the OBCs.
Absolutely. So it looks like it really is a Sabka Saath cabinet, so to say. Sorry to interrupt you there, but just cutting across to the ceremony once again. The ceremony there just about concluding, a photo op with the Prime Minister of the newly inducted cabinet ministers. Team Bhupendra Patel 2.0 has taken shape. That's the new cabinet of Gujarat that you see on your screens. The Chief Minister right next to the Prime Minister there. It's his home state, the Prime Minister's, and of course Union Home Minister Amit Shah's as well. And it is an opportunity for this new cabinet to learn from the two leaders who come from that particular state, who are now at the helm of affairs at the centre as well. The Prime Minister there, right after that photo opportunity, the Governor who administered that oath as well there on stage, even as the venue, which is jam-packed with karyakartas, with supporters of the respective candidates who've come there to give their support to the new Gujarat cabinet. Several union ministers on stage as well who were in attendance at this gala event of the BJP. It definitely is a showcase of the history that the Saffron Party has scripted in Gujarat. 7th straight term, anti-incumbency, no more. It's pro-incumbency, says the BJP, especially as far as Gujarat is concerned. It is a Sabka Saath cabinet that seems to have taken shape there. Representations from all communities, from all areas, men and women, experienced and youth as well, are part of this new cabinet of Bhupendra Patel's new government that has taken shape, that has officially been inducted today. Maria Shakil, political editor, continues to be with us. And Maria, we're seeing the Prime Minister just about exit that venue, but we're given to understand that the Prime Minister is expected, or perhaps did engage with the ministers who have been inducted as we speak.
Yes, I mean, it's a very interesting visual of the Prime Minister on the dais, and he's bowing completely before the Karyakartas and, and also to the people of Gujarat. That's quintessential Prime Minister Narendra Modi. If you look at the two tweets that was put out by the Prime Minister, of course, he congratulated the people of Gujarat, thanked them, but he also congratulated the BJP Karyakartas. I think that organizational recognition that the Prime Minister does of institutions, that is the BJP now, that their role has to be lauded, that each and every Karyakarta playing the role to ensure that the BJP becomes this election winning machine becomes significant. With that, the Prime Minister is heading straight to the airport for him to return. He was in Nagpur. Thereafter, he went to Goa for a series of events, and then at night he landed in Ahmedabad, and then he had some meetings. This morning again, the interaction with the Karyakartas and the party core group happened, and then Prime Minister Narendra Modi there interacting with the BJP leaders. This cabinet, of course, has a stamp of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. They understand the role each and every MLA and the caste representation that they bring on the table, which becomes very, very crucial for the BJP going ahead, because the sheer nature of this victory, the sheer scale of this victory becomes a victory of great expectations, Poonam, because if a party has 156 in a assembly of 180, the opposition doesn't really have the number to get the leader of opposition space. So the party has great expectations. I mean, the people of Gujarat, as we have been saying, jholi bhar karke vote de diya, they have done that. And now the big challenge is to ensure that all the expectations that the people have of the party which has been in power uninterrupted for 27 years and counting, those expectations are met, those expectations are fulfilled. Prime Minister there interacting with the new cabinet of Bhupendra Patel, Minister of States also sworn in. As we were talking about in terms of representation, there are 6 from the influential Patel constituency, which includes the Chief Minister himself. Their Prime Minister saying a quick hello to the Chief Ministers from of BJP ruled states, including Himanta Biswa Sarma, who was present, who is also present right now. You know, interestingly, for all of them, these Chief Ministers, from Devendra Fadnavis, Deputy CM of Maharashtra, to Himanta Biswa Sarma, to Pramod Sawant, all of them were seen on ground. You can see Prime Minister there also interacting with the former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani, so that recognition of their role becomes important. Mr. Vijay Rupala, Union Minister, is also Parshottam Rupala, who's there, his role. So I think when the BJP says चुनाव स्पष्टता से लड़ा जाता है, it is about sending that message that each and every कार्यकर्ता, you may be a minister, but you have a role to play. So Assam Chief Minister reaching out to the Assamese in Gujarat, Devendra Fadnavis reaching out to the Marathi constituency in those constituencies neighboring Maharashtra. Then and hence, subsequently, as we said, each and every person had some role, and the party allocated them those areas where they were supposed to campaign, supposed to interact with small groups, big groups, larger groups. But I think the role of Bhupendra Patel and the choice of Bhupendra Patel in 2020, July, becomes important. He was clearly a dark horse. From the first time MLA from Ghatlodia constituency earlier, which was represented by former Chief Minister Anandiben Patel, who's currently the governor of Uttar Pradesh. In 2017, Poonam, he had won that constituency with a record margin of 1 lakh votes, which was the highest in 2017. This time around, he has won with a margin of 2 lakh votes. So the kind of support that Bhupendra Patel had, and of course, when there is a constituency which is the Chief Minister's constituency or the incumbent Chief Minister's constituency, it votes for him. And given the mandate that the BJP got of 156, it was only a matter of margin. So the message here is loud and clear of the representation that the BJP has ensured, of the age, of the caste, of the demographic, but also each and every region of Gujarat, because just about every region voted for the BJP this time around.
Absolutely, and like you're talking of the representation, Maria, they also have a good mix of experience as well as youth. There are several ministers who have performed, and which is why they've been retained, be it Harsh Sanghavi or Kanubhai Desai or even Hrishikesh Patel. But there are several others who are newcomers, who are new entrants as well.
Yes, that's right. So a lot of new faces, but also those who have been retained were made ministers for the first time in July of 2020, when the entire cabinet, if you remember, was changed, and in a matter of 24 hours, Vijay Rupani was replaced by Bhupendra Patel. That transition was very, very smooth. The messaging was that the BJP understood that there were challenges on ground, and it was part of a strategy. So for all those who may have said that the BJP was desperate or nervous, yes, it may have been. But if you change the entire government 1.5 years before the elections, it is clearly part of the strategy, and which followed with 43% change as far as the MLAs is concerned. So 43% newer and the fresher faces as well of the BJP in these elections. But I think when you look at a mandate of that nature and the scale of the victory, never seen before in the state of Gujarat, it's also about the Sangathan, the role each and every Karyakarta of the BJP has played. And that is what the Prime Minister acknowledged in his first speech. That is what the Prime Minister acknowledged in his first tweet when he put out saying that how he is grateful to each and every Karyakarta. Even when you look at that final, exit of the Prime Minister from that dais after the swearing-in ceremony, he bows completely before the Karyakartas because all of them were present, in this celebration, which is certainly of big significance. But when we look at the entire journey that the BJP has had in the state of Gujarat and the complete consolidation and the dominance that the BJP now enjoys in the politics of the state of Gujarat becomes significant, particularly Poonam, a party which is at 156, its opponent is at 17, and the third party is at just 7. So the combined strength is no way close to what the BJP has managed. So in that, assembly of 180, it is about complete dominance, but it is also about great expectations. It's about going forward that the people of Gujarat have in Prime Minister Narendra Modi and also overall in the BJP when they have voted overwhelmingly for the party.
Absolutely, and it definitely is a showcase for the BJP in the run-up to 2024. Gujarat, the home state of Prime Minister Modi, also of Union Home Minister Amit Shah. It's a matter of pride and prestige for the BJP to having retained the state for a 7th consecutive time. Maria, thank you so much for getting us your latest inputs, and Fadesh Radha Nigam and Charu Pragya for joining us with your perspective here. It is a historic day for the BJP, at least in Gujarat. It is a moment to celebrate, and that's exactly what they're doing there. We're slipping into a quick break here on this edition, but lots lined up for you on the other side, so don't go anywhere.